Okay.
Let's get started.
Okay. So, hi everyone. Thanks for tuning in for SJDB Town Hall. Today we'll be going over some information that you will need for going to Tempe, and also a lot of races that are coming up soon after. And also, the coaches will be talking about the race criteria and Strava tracking. Okay, so yeah, so we'll be talking about Tempe activities and fees, and yeah, what to expect next. Yeah, so Tempe is going to be on March 29th and 30th at Tempe Town Lake North Shore. And this is a pretty big festival where a lot of teams are going to be coming from all over. Uh, and there's going to be like a lot of college teams, there's youth teams, as well as adult teams, and also corporate teams. And if you visit www.azdba.org, you'll be able to find a lot more information. Next. Yeah. So what races are we going to compete in? We're going to be competing in mixed, college, which are both 500 meters, knockout, which is a 250-meter sprint race. So basically, there's going to be a bunch of teams lined up. And then if you are last place in that heat, you will be knocked out. So hence the name knockout. And then there will be heats over and over again until there will be like a top three team. And then for Guts and Glory, this is a 1500-meter like endurance piece. So we will be like training accordingly for that. And then we will be leaving on March 28th and coming back April 1st. And transportation is if we are or if you are going by car, the drive time is around 11 to 12 hours, and we will be leaving around 3-ish a.m. And the fee for if you are carpooling via car is around $75. The RSVP form will be out soon after this town hall. And for our Airbnb, it will be like a close drive from the race site, and we'll be staying 5 days and 4 nights. If you are going by plane, then each ticket, from what I've seen online, is around 100 to $200. But if we can find a good deal, then we'll definitely find that for you guys. Next.
So we're gonna show you guys a little vlog, just like a couple minutes from the last time we went to Tempe. So funny story, we are actually gonna set out at 3 a.m. the following morning, but at 11:30 p.m. we actually got a mass email from AZDBF, and they're basically like, yeah, the race is canceled. Cause why? Snow melt. And when we got there, it's literally like the calmest fucking lake ever. But yeah, we'll show you guys like a little snippet. But basically, it just became a retreat. So this is kind of like what you would expect ish for the retreat days. But yeah, it's a really fun race, and we'll show you guys a little bit.
Hey guys, welcome back to another vlog. We're going to Arizona. Oh.
SJDB, I'm Maverick. On three. 1, 2, 3. SJDB.
Okay.
Alright, come on it.
Asterisk.
Oh, I have the flash on.
Hey.
Yeah, it's all right. It's bearable for now. We'll give updates later.
Yeah, McDonald's. Are we in LA? Guys, look, it's Montgomery.
How do you feel? Oh yeah? How far do we have to go?
Some more miles.
Oh my god, we're almost there. Yeah, are you so happy?
Yeah.
Oh, who else do we have?
What's up, guys? We made it to Arizona, Tempe.
I don't got a lot but my best friends. I'ma make a night out of loose ends. I spend all my time on the bench, bitch.
Can you spin? Can you spin? Can you spin?
What's up, guys?
All right. Yep. So that's just a little snippet. If you want to check out the rest of the video, you could visit San Jose Dragon Boat's YouTube channel. And yeah, Maverick has a bunch of cool vlogs up there. But yeah, so
Yeah. Not only
basically,
do we have the vlog, there's also just past race footage. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure to check that out.
yeah, basically, um, my Tempe experience, this one that we just showed you, it was just like a bunch of shenanigans. Honestly, like such a memorable experience, and I expect this is like kind of like the vibe you would probably expect going to this race. It's just like a really fun race, and yeah, something you wouldn't want to miss.
Hey guys, welcome back to another.
Oops, here we go.
Okay, so I'll be going over the rough itinerary that we have for Tempe. So we will be leaving early morning on Friday, March 28th. Uh, but we will be asking this in the RCP form. But if you have Friday classes or work, try your best to get off of it. But if that is still an absolute no, you may need to get there by plane. And this will be hashed out when you fill out the form later. And then on Saturday and Sunday, there will be race days. And then on Monday, we will be exploring Phoenix. So we will be like having like a list of options for us to like kind of pick and choose where to go. We might go somewhere as a huge group, or it might be on a car by car basis. But yeah. And then on Tuesday, we will be driving home. So here are all the important dates that we have coming up. So on January 29th, which was a few days ago, Tempe criteria tracking started, and then the RCP plus a $75 Tempe deposit will be due on February 14th. And then on 23rd and 22nd and 23rd, we will be having OC trials at Foster City. And then a day after, on the 24th, the race roster will be announced. And then the following practices after that will be all boat blending practices, which will be mandatory. And then on March 23rd to 27th, we will be having a final midweek practice, but we don't know what day that will be yet. And then we leave for Tempe, and then on March 29th and 30th, it will be the actual race. So please screenshot this. But we will also be sending out the town hall slides later. So yeah.
Give it like a couple seconds for you guys to screenshot this page, just so you could refer
Kind of
back
just like
to it
read through it.
anytime. All right, moving on. And yeah, so our training timeline. If you guys have come out to the last couple weeks of practice, it's been a lot of technique review and endurance. We've been going over our 1,000 meter pieces, which will eventually lead into our 1.5K pieces, but we're just kind of building up towards it. So next week, expect a lot of gate 2 consistency and overall timing consistency as well, and a little bit more endurance as we worked on with our zone pieces. And again, 22nd, 23rd, OC trials. Definitely calendar that in. And then after that, we'll just be working on boat blending and race pieces, as well as race strategy. And yeah, again, we'll try and have a midweek practice, but that's up for you guys to decide on which day y'all are most available. Yeah. And so for training goals, so for week 1 through 3, like I was mentioning before, it's basically prep for OC trials. We want you guys to make it onto the boat, and we want you guys to train up to get a good time trial in. So to do that, we're focusing on purging as much as possible for these next couple weeks, and also hip training, because rotation is really important, especially for Dragon Boat. So we're having a lot of rotation centric workouts, and also purg overall works out your rotation very well. And also, we're trying to get our upper body cardio up, because Dragon Boat is an upper cardio sport. We'll be doing hip workouts, as you guys have experienced the last couple practices. Endurance style weightlifting. So the difference for this compared to typical gymming is that this is low weight, high rep, and yeah, normal training, recovery time, and also doing drop sets as well. So week 4, this will be to build our strength. So after we build up our base for the first couple weeks, this is where the strength building truly comes into play. And then week 6.5 to 8, we're emphasizing muscle endurance and cardio. And then after that, it's just maintenance taper workouts before race day. So we'll just be doing final touches before becoming race ready. But yeah, these are the training goals for the next couple weeks. And then Jonathan, do you want to talk on this a little bit?
Yeah. So if you guys were here in practice, I mentioned that we're gonna do some new stuff this season. As you guys notice, herd miles have been mentioned a little bit earlier on. So basically, that we're adding that into our criteria. We'll explain that more later on. OC time trials, we did that last semester. Strava, we're changing it up a little bit with 15%. We're going to make it just attendance based. So like as long as you have an activity, it'll count towards the Strava. And then attendance is self-explanatory at 25%. But yeah, as you can see, OC time trials is still the most important here. We're really building up your endurance and your speed, so that you can do your best during the OC time trials. They're not adjusted because we're using the OC, so just keep that in mind. We're just gonna use your raw scores. And yeah, next.
Yeah, a side note, me and Jonathan will be hosting, try to host more OC practice dates, but do try and get on the OC at least once, the outrigger canoe, at least once, just so you get a feel of how it is on the OC compared to being on the Dragon Boat, because it is different, and your stroke may have to change a little bit. But yeah, try to practice a little bit on the OC, and it will do wonders during the trial. And yeah, during the for the OC time trial dates, this will be on February 22nd and 23rd. So the location of this is gonna be at Foster City Dog Park, and the time is gonna be from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. So we're gonna be posting the sign-up sheet and announcements, and the scores will be posted in metrics and lineups. So you guys can have full access to this. This sheet contains metrics for both male and female, and also it tracks your mileage. There's also lineups as well, and then we also post our race lineups here as well.
Just view though, no editor, perms. Yeah, for the OC practices, just keep a lookout in members. It's going to be a first come, first serve basis. Do you want to show them the OC time trial sign up sheet real quick? Because it's just right there. Next one, yeah. So it's just going to be first come, first serve. I already put it in there. On the right there, it says OC practice days. Please meet at DC at set time. Yeah. So currently we have 2 OC2s, and 1 OC1 that is graciously donated by Marianne, but only for people who are comfortable on the boat, because we don't want them to hoolie. I'll also be bringing my own boat down as well on Tuesday. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people on the OCs. Yeah, so currently I only have 4 spots in my car. So if you can drive there, then please put your name in the green slot as well. Yeah, but these will be all like sporadic. There's no like a set schedule because it's just dependent on whether or not we're free that week. So we're aiming for hopefully at least one session uh, per week, if not bi-weekly. That's like our goal. But yeah.
We'll go into this a little bit further, but OC practice does count as mileage, but we'll touch on that a little bit later. And yeah, again,
All right.
if you cannot show up on the 22nd and 23rd, please let us know. Otherwise, you will be omitted, and you'll be losing 35% of your criteria. So please let us know, and we can figure out an alternative date to do the trial. But yeah, me and Jonathan are always open to any questions. So yeah, we don't bite.
Yeah. I'll most likely be in most, if not all, the workout pods. So if you need help on the perk, during the perk times, not just when you're doing your own stuff, then I'll help you guys out with any technique questions or just like help you build a training plan on the perk. All right, so Strava attendance. Yes, we're changing it up a little bit here. It's just every activity / session you do, you make a post. Walking doesn't count unless it's more than a mile. So you can't just like stack multiple activities like that. And then post within reason, right? So every post should be like something that you're improving on yourself. Like for example, even if you're running, just say it should be more of a rest day, right? Or if you're running, you should keep in mind, okay, I'm building up my cardio. Am I in zone 2, 3, 4, or 5? Am I sprinting here? Am I getting up or I'm trying to like build up my lactic acid tolerance, or if I'm trying to just like blow my heart out and hopefully recover by the end of the weekend. But yeah, basically it's just that every activity, every post is worth 1 attendance point, and so you'll be based on the number of attendance points within reason, so not within like 5 minutes of each other. All right, continue. Yes, perk mileage, new thing here. So we're basically introducing the perk mileage here. We're going to rank you guys from 1 through however many people are trying out for Tempe. We have a minimum of 5,000 meters. So any session that you get on the perk and then you log it by taking a photo and then posting it on our club, our club account, then we'll count that towards your perk mileage. If you want to show them the sheet, it's on metrics and lineups. This will be where we post your mileages and stuff. So of course everything is over time, right? It can't be, or it can be like all in one day. You could get over 5,000 meters all in one day, but you should pace yourself. Try to aim for having at least a session a week, or a session every time the EC opens, which is 4 times a week. And yeah, so if you gave us your Pokemon, we'll put your Pokemon there, and then we'll add your time according to the date that it was posted. Yeah.
And yeah, so for the conversions here, in case you can't have access to the perg, we know a lot of you have really complicated schedules. I've seen some of your schedules, absolutely horrendous. So it's understandable that some of you can't make it to the EC, and that's totally fine. Running, Stairmaster, biking, swimming, Salt Bike, if you know what that is, these all count for mileage. So although we are focusing more on upper body endurance, lower body endurance does count. So running, Stairmaster, and biking, this is half your mileage. So whatever you get, plug it into miles to meters, and then from then on, divided by 2, and then that is your meters for the week. And same with if you go swimming or do a Salt Bike. But yeah, alternatives to the perg, a really accessible alternative if you have access to the gym, like if you go to the SRAC, is the erg. The erg is really good for practicing your hinge, and it works really well to practice your leg drive as well. So if you have access to the erg and you can't perg, go for it. And then yes, OC also counts for full mileage. So if you come out to an OC practice, you can log it on Strava, and it will be logged on the mileage sheet. And yeah, just take a minute to screenshot this.
Yeah, and any OC practices that you join will also be included into the perk mileage. So you make sure you put that in your Strava and record that.
All right.
All right, and then this is with the perk tracking. I know people were asking about how to join the Strava club, so this is the QR code. Oh no, that's the QR code for the dog. So this will be join Strava. Oh, we don't have the name. Our Strava club is called. Let me check real quick. I think it's just San Jose Dragon Boat. I can't spell. Not San Jose Dragon Boat. Oh, San Jose Dragon Space Boat. So you look that up, and then join our club, and then we'll accept you, and then you can start posting there. Yeah. So your format for any of the perks trials or perk mileage stuff should have this format. It should have your name, your date, and how many meters, in case we can't read the photo. And then have a photo that shows the meters with your face in it.
So I just dropped the homepage for the club on public chat. So if you guys have Strava, go ahead and search that name up, and it should pop up, and you could go ahead and send in a request. If you don't have Strava yet, go ahead and
scroll up one.
Go ahead and
Oh wait. Oh, there's two clubs. There's a club that says San Jose Dragon Space Boat. Okay, don't do that one. That is not one of ours. That's not one of us.
Link. Click the link. I posted the link in public chat. It's above Jimmy's post.
Yeah. Okay,
hey,
let's continue.
Vincent Lamb, do you want to talk about the perk competition a little bit?
Sure, man. Okay, so once all you fine people give us your Pokemon names by doing that wonderful Pokemon confirmation form that's going to be at the end of this presentation, yes, that one. We will split everybody into groups of like 3 or 4, and basically you all will compete to see which group can get the most miles on the perk collectively, and whichever group has the most miles by the end of our first run of this competition. We'll probably run this another time for our other races this semester, but for now we're just keeping it for Tempe. So until March 21st, you have until then to participate in this competition, and then until then, once we tally up the points, the winners will get a prize of some sort, which will be decided at a later date.
Mm-hmm. This could be monetary. It could be.
We're not giving people cash, bro.
No actual cash, but like
cash, like maybe like lunch or something in Tempe. We'll see. The teams will be assigned randomly, so have fun with that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the rankings will also be posted in the metrics and lineups sheet. So there'll be another section for the team specific mileages. But yeah, that's about it for the per competition.
They'll be sort of randomly, but we'll try to keep it even, hopefully.
Yeah.
And once the teams are formed, you guys can come up with a team name as well, and you guys can work together and coordinate to get as much mileage as possible. And yeah, the prize will be worth it. Promise you.
Surely. All right, feats and activities. The hard truth here. Ashley?
Yeah. So I will be first going over the fee breakdown. So these are all high estimates. So for our Airbnb, housing will be around 62.5 per person. Race fees around 63.54. Drive for transportation, if you're driving, it will be around $80 for round trip. And then if you're flying, it will also be around 180 to 400 round trip. I know this is a big range, but this is all because that um, due to what time the departure time will be, and also what flight we're able to get. So this can vary very heavily. And then for food, we estimated around 60 days for race days. And then the sum, as you can see on the bottom, is around 266 to 406. And with subsidization, it will be down to around 180 to 320. And then, as I said before, the deposit of 75 is due on February 14th as um, a way for us to track like, who's actually serious about going, and then to prevent, last minute drops and stuff like that. And then on the right, as you can see, there are general club fees that are due. Um, but since CDBA hasn't given us um, the information we need yet to collect those fees and also collect waivers, um, the information will be sent out later at a later date. And then for club fees, as you may know, it will be $50 a semester. And then Andre will send out an announcement later regarding that. Oh, and these are due either by February 14th or after 3 practices.
Yeah, and
then
we are very
yeah, if you have any
flexible.
questions, yeah, just let us know.
And we are very we just want to let you guys know that we're very understanding that we are all college students, and if this is something you want to pursue, however you don't have the necessary financial backing to pursue this club or pursue any races, we are more than happy to help you out with immediate coverage, and we can set up plans for you to slowly tackle throughout the year. And we're very flexible, so please just let us know before the due dates. Otherwise, we'll just think that you don't care and you don't want to pay the fees. But yeah, we're very flexible and we don't bite. So feel free to message us if you want to be put on a plan or if you want any coverage for anything. And yeah.
Yeah. Tempe is our biggest race this year. Fee dates are really firm. If you do not pay the deposit, you cannot race. If you cannot pay the club fees, you cannot race. And if you pay late, there will be late fees. So as Jimmy said, communication is key. And if you don't let us know beforehand that you cannot make the payment deadline, we will just assume that you cannot go and you cannot race with us. And yeah, there has been a previous scenario where someone has not, and it caused a lot of stress and hassle for the officers. So please make sure to communicate with us on that.
And yeah, we put a lot of time and effort into planning these events. So help us help you. We don't want to make this hard on you guys, but yeah, let's all work together to make the race a fun experience and make everything less stressful. Mads, do you want to talk a little bit about the socials and stops along the way?
You got it. So based on the picture, that's gonna be our route that most of the drivers are gonna take. And along the way, there's a couple stops that we can make, such as the Living Desert Zoo and Gardens. There's Palm Springs along the way as well. And then there's an aerial tramway in Palm Springs, and then of course a bunch of food stops. So as the race gets closer, the chairs will look into more details for some of those, but these are just like generalities so far. And then the possible food places are suggested here. There's I believe Jimmy did say that you suggested a couple. Could you expand upon that a little bit from your experience from Tempe?
Yeah, so my favorite food place in Tempe is this place called Waffle House. I'm just kidding. Um, we actually went to Waffle House though, and it was pretty fun. Unfortunately, no chairs were thrown. Very tame experience, but food was pretty
Oh.
good. We did go to this one place called Famous Joe's. It was American barbecue, and it was $15 for this really big platter of meat, and it was just such a good meal. The sauces were really good. The barbecue sauces, super decadent, very tangy, but yeah, the savoriness was there. It hit the spot. So expect some like unique food places um, that are authentic to the area. There are a bunch of food places, and of course, if you know any food places in Tempe, or if you've been to Tempe, Arizona, we're always open to suggestions.
Thanks, Jimmy. And then so there's also potential spots to visit. Based off of what I've heard from the people that went to Tempe last year, the hiking trail at Echo Canyon is actually really pretty, and apparently around like 8 hours or so for the full trail. So if you really like hiking, that's definitely something that would be suggested. There also is a sea life aquarium. Well, obviously it's sea life, but so if you like sea creatures or anything to that extent, that would be a good place to visit. And then a botanical garden. I heard that most of the stuff there is going to be very desert-like and like very, I guess, natural to Tempe. So things that you probably wouldn't see here in the deserts, but that's also pretty cool.
Yeah, so for other races we have planned for the semester, yes, Tempe is not our only race for the spring summer season. We also have regional regatta and Long Beach to look forward to. We know Tempe is a very expensive race, so we're understanding if you are a little bit hesitant. So we do have these two other races to look forward to. Regional regatta. This is our main race, typically for the spring semester. It is local, possibly at Lake Merced or at Foster City, and yeah, it's just a race for all the local teams in NorCal. And then we have Long Beach. So this is the out of town race. So, as the name suggests, it will be hosted at Long Beach. The dates here are from last year. So, a lot of them are still TBD, but these are the expected dates for this year. And we do have an exit task for you guys. If you haven't filled it out already, if you haven't scanned it already, go ahead and scan this QR code. It will lead you to this form right here. And basically, you just want to fill this out to mark your Pokemon that you want to pick. We'll let you know if there's all of your choices are unavailable. But yeah, so top 3 choices, and then update your metrics as well. Your name, first name, last name, and email. So go ahead and fill that out before you leave. Otherwise, any questions, comments, or concerns?
So for any drivers going down to Tempe, I know the cost per member would be like 80 if they're gonna carpool down there. Are you guys, are the members gonna be in charge of reimbursing their driver themselves, or are you guys gonna like facilitate how the drivers get reimbursed for
Yeah,
gas and
so yeah, we're gonna be combining all the gas costs and then splitting it per person who is like in a car. So I know previously we've done it by car, but this time to make it like more fair, we're doing it like splitting by everyone, so not by car.
Cool. Great. But yeah, make sure everyone does their Pokemon. If you don't have your Pokemon, then we can't add you on the perk map and stuff, for example, and also time trials and also attendance. Actually, no, attendance should be good. But yeah, make sure you give us your Pokemon. Regardless.
Any other questions? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Anything to clarify? Any confusions? Any slides you want me to go back to? All right, then. Let me just stop the recording.